Welcome to Inside Lines podcast, where we celebrate incredible women in and around sports. I'm your host, Atoya Burleson, and let's dive into the latest happenings this week. First up, it's time for Let's Talk About It, where we break down the latest headlines that you should know. The Philadelphia Eagles and the Buffalo Bills were the only two undefeated teams this season left for week 5. And just like my fantasy team, they lost, and there are no more unbeaten teams this season. So, hey, it's free fall for everybody. Let's see what happens. The Las Vegas Aces grabbed a 2-0 advantage over the Phoenix Mercury in the WNBA Finals, dominating in Game 2. And you guys know it's Breast Cancer Month. So remember to spread the information to family and friends. Any place you go, remind the women you know and love to get checked and support other women that have initiatives to help communities that need more information and, more importantly, more support. Our next segment is Make It Make Sense, where we tackle everyday curiosities and questions we all discuss behind closed doors. So our Make It Make Sense edition today is freedom slogans. America prides itself on freedom, but can't agree on what's actually free to do. So think about that. You tell me what's free and what's not free. For instance, the American dream involves working 50 weeks a year, so you only can relax for 2 of them. Does that make sense to y'all? You tell me. And then you have something like tips. It's very interesting in America. After visiting Europe, America is one of the only countries that forces people that visit their establishments to tip 20%. And when you go to other countries, it's actually frowned upon and it's looked down on. But in America, they want you to pay 20% extra for the job that the person's actually supposed to do in the first place. So y'all tell me, do y'all think America is the land of opportunity or confusion? Because they can't seem to decide which one to choose. And finally, we stir up a good debate in It's Debatable that sparks conversation, and we find out whose team you're actually on. Are you ready? Check this out. Roger Goodell announced that the NFL is launching a National Football League for flag football. There will be NFL players in the 2028 Olympics, both male and female. So not only is the NFL launching a flag football league, but we'll have male and female flag football players separately in the Olympics. The NFL played a leading role in the effort to have flag football included in the Olympics, and the league is making other efforts to expand that version of the game. They said that they're committed to creating a women's professional league and a men's professional league. And flag football is safer, more inclusive, and accessible. No pads, no problem. It's giving women and men a new lane to shine. And it's growing fast worldwide. The game demands speed, strategy, and skill, not just size. Okay, let's talk about what people think about this, because we've heard the pros. Here's the cons. A lot of people are saying, oh, it's less of a sport. It's more about strategy. We don't know if it's real football. We don't know how it's going to take off. And I'm going to just say this. Bottom line, I think it's a smart PR move. And it's a legit sport because it's opening up doors for new athletes, both on the male and female side. And either way, the world's about to see football in a new light. So y'all let me know your thoughts, because let's be clear. We saw the breakdancing at the Olympics, and that was a definite fail. So I think flag football has a lot better chance than that. In the meantime, let's get into our breast cancer awareness podcast today with the beautiful Lyndsay Levingston. On the podcast today, I have the founder and executive director of Survive Her. She is a breast cancer survivor, former TV news anchor, and national news producer. And she's an advocate using her story and media expertise to empower women and advance health equity. Please welcome to the show the beautiful Lyndsay Levingston.
Thank you, Atoya. Oh my gosh, I'm so honored to join you on this podcast. And thank you for wearing your pink. Hello.
Hello. Shout out to breast cancer awareness.
That's right, which is not just in October. It's a year-round movement.
It is. It really is. And I love what you're doing. You're such an inspiration to so many. Every time you speak and you talk about your story, bringing awareness, it is so inspirational to watch. And so I feel blessed and privileged to have you on the podcast. And what I would like to do is have you share your professional background and your transition from news reporting. A lot of people, I know I mentioned it, but a lot of people on this side may be like, what? She's a news reporter and she's a founder of Survivor? Tell them how this all happened. I would love for you to inspire them as well.
Oh, thank you so much. So I started my journalism career after working as a teacher. I transitioned from the classroom to the newsroom, which was just really a faith journey. And I started producing for the morning show here in Houston and working crazy hours and was afforded this opportunity to start as a reporter at the NBC affiliate here. And then I transitioned to Tulsa, Oklahoma. And then I stepped out on faith, Atoya, and moved to New York City to pursue media in the largest media market. I had no plan. I just packed a bag and I just went for it. And I landed in PR for a few years and I hit the restart button back on my news career. And I worked for the cable news stations in New York City, did a lot of freelance work, anchoring, reporting, working as a one-man band reporter or journalist, which is very intense, by the way. And then I found a lump in my right breast when I was in the shower, July 2019. I'll never forget that summer. And that lump really changed my life and my career.
So you went from teaching to doing it all when you're the one, like you said. If people don't know what that means she was the camera woman. She took care of audio, video, producing. She did it all. And before that, if you think about being a teacher, you're doing it all as well. That transition into you, I think, probably realizing you could do it all. And then you find this lump. What did you think in that moment? Were you like, oh, I don't know if this is what I think it is? Like, what did you think? Because I found a lump before too, and I just didn't know what that meant. So talk about that journey for you.
Like a lot of women, I didn't think that it could be anything, especially not breast cancer, because it wasn't on my radar. I was 37 at the time. And so mammography was not on my mind until I turned 40. So when I felt it, it was very tender and sore, palpable. I knew that something was wrong. I'll never forget, I went to Marshall's one Sunday after church to buy some soft bras. So I'm thinking, oh, maybe it's the underwire cutting into my breast tissue. And that didn't work. The lump was still there. And then I made a call to my doctor, advocated for myself, and she ordered what would be my very first mammogram at the age of 37, mammogram, 3D mammogram, breast ultrasound, biopsy confirmed that it was cancerous. And so my message to women is, if you feel something, say something. You live in the New York City area, NYPD's slogan, if you see something, say something. Well, if you feel something abnormal in your body, say something. And I'm so glad I did, because I would not be sitting here before you today if I had not taken action when I did.
That's so true. Did you already feel like in the moment of going through this, are you one of those people, because there's two types of people typically, right? There's the ones that go to the doctor, that do all their checkups, that they have I would say the information and the reminders to do so. And then there's the people that just ignore it all. Like, where did you fall in there?
Oh, I'm one of those A students, not only academically, but when it comes to the doctor's office. So I'm like, Lord, the God put doctors on this earth for to use them as vessels to keep us well, to heal us, etc. And so I followed the doctor's orders. And so if I got a bump on my shoulder or a little scratch, I'm going to the doctor. And just as much as I prioritized health and for other body parts, I'm like, this was really important. And subsequently, Atoya, I was diagnosed with triple negative stage 2B breast cancer, which is an aggressive subtype of breast cancer that impacts Black women at a higher rate. And what I didn't know is that I had a family history of breast cancer. I carried the BRCA1 gene mutation. And so it was just this whirlwind of it's this domino effect of when I found the lump and then one thing after the other. I had to go through aggressive chemotherapy treatment to shrink the lump. And then I had a bilateral breast mastectomy, breast reconstruction. I had a removal of ovaries and fallopian tubes to reduce my risk of ovarian cancer. Such a whirlwind of 18 months. The COVID era happened. And then I had a moment to pause, meditate, and pray about what I was going to do next. In my life, in my career, that would help women, that would impact their lives, that would save lives, and that would have a purpose.
You know, Lyndsay, I think about that. There's something that you said that made me think. And you said, I had no idea this ran in my family. When the doctor told you what this was, did she ask you that? And you were probably like, no, I don't think so. No one's ever mentioned it.
That was one of the first questions that the breast surgeon asked. Do you have a family history? So I knew about what was happening on my maternal side. My great aunt was a breast cancer survivor. My grandfather had prostate cancer, but no immediate family member with a history of breast cancer. Well, didn't know anything was happening on my dad's side, the paternal side, until after I was diagnosed. A cousin informed me that breast cancer was common, it ran rampant, and I was the 14th, and I'm now the 14th female Levingston to have been diagnosed on my dad's side. No one was talking about it. It was very hush-hush. Or we weren't talking about it until another cousin or aunt or someone was diagnosed. And so part of the work that I'm doing is to raise awareness, use my megaphone, my pink megaphone, to make sure that Black families are talking about their family history. Because you can take preventative measures the sooner you know your hereditary risk and your genetic predispositions.
That's so true. And I think about you, if you would have known that, you probably would have went in before 40, right?
Absolutely.
They would have told you.
I could have had a prophylactic or preventative mastectomy to remove my breast at an earlier age to drastically reduce my risk of even being diagnosed with breast cancer.
Yeah, see, that's once again something that people don't know about. And I'm just so grateful that you're bringing awareness to this. What inspired you to start Survive Her? I know, obviously, the breast cancer diagnosis changed your life. And how did this personal journey just shape your mission in general?
I didn't realize that I was so ignorant about breast cancer and breast health until my diagnosis. And I learned so much information that I felt a calling over my life to share it all, just share and help women. Because I was like, this is a lot. And I'm like, and I was wondering and asking myself, I wonder how many other women know this. I didn't know that there was an onco-fertility specialist. Like I was able to harvest eggs even before I started chemo, like little things like that, or even knowing about BRCA1 and 2 gene mutations. So all of this information that I learned,
Right.
I just got the idea, and God's like, share it and help women. It started really as a media platform to just interview other breast cancer survivors. And that evolved into a 25-page business strategy and programming that would center around informing, inspiring, and empowering women. And that is our mission. And so we inform women through our educational programs, community workshops, curated lifestyle activities. We empower them to action, to schedule their mammogram, to get a genetic test. And we inspire them by sharing our own stories and stories of other survivors and how they've overcome breast cancer and are thriving now. And so I've never been so crystal clear in my life about my purpose and calling. And I love staying up till 2 and 3 in the morning working on Survive Her, because so many women need help. So many women need education. So many women need resources. And so I know that my God-given mission on this earth is to help women, to serve them, and to remind them to prioritize their breast health. Never been crystal clear in my life. And it gives me so much joy. I love it. I wear pink with pride.
Yeah. And you look beautiful in pink, Lyndsay. You always
Thank
do.
you,
And I
Atoya.
love what you're doing. I think I would say, the reason I truly enjoy being around you is you're just such a genuinely great human being. And I see that this is definitely your purpose, and it's so inspirational to watch. What would you say to women that are afraid or they may not know where to start?
I always say that fear is fatal. And it just takes that one phone call, that one doctor's visit, one step to learn your breast health status. It really is a matter of life or death. And don't be afraid. If you are diagnosed, we pray that it is an early stage, because the earlier it's detected, the more opportunities you have to get it treated, and it's curable. And that is our goal through Survive Her, is to encourage women not only to get their exams, but if it is diagnosed that we are detecting it, it is caught at an early stage so that it can be cured and treated. So don't be afraid to get a mammogram. If you need to take someone with you, make it a girlfriend's day. But don't be afraid. It's not, breast cancer now in 2025 is not your grandma's disease anymore. There are so many advances in treatment. Cure, I won't say cure. There are advances in treatment, whether it's chemotherapy, radiation therapy. There are chemo pills now. So just know that it's not a death sentence if you're diagnosed. But the earlier it's detected, the better your prognosis.
Absolutely. Now, a lot of people know that October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, but Survive Her operates year-round. Can you tell us about the many programs that you put on, like Treat Her and City Stops, breast cancer screenings, as well as your educational events?
We are boots on the ground, 24/7, 365. Well, maybe like 320. We really don't take vacations, but we do take time, of course, to prioritize ourselves. Myself and my team, we're survivors, so we make sure that we practice our own self-care. But we execute our mission through 3 pillars, Atoya. Support Her is our financial support pillar, through which we help uninsured women to pay for mammograms. And we also support women in treatment with support of utility bills, transportation, groceries, etc. We also provide care packages to women in chemo. I love the holiday season because we will wear our pink Santa hats and we will deliver packages to women in their chemo suites while they're going through treatment. Because I remember when I received a care package, my first chemo treatment, and it made me feel so loved, supported, and cared for. So we have Survive Her Cares. So that's how we support her and show up for her. Then we have our Impact Her pillar. This is like the heartbeat of Survive Her, and this is the pillar through which we educate women. So we host pop-up experiences here in Houston and in New York, in New Orleans, the Essence Festival. And we are educating women. We have keynote speakers who are oncologists, breast surgeons, medical providers, genetic counselors. We host webinar series with our community partners to inform women. So if you attend a Survive Her event, you are leaving with information and you are empowered to make action, to schedule your mammogram, to get your breast screened. Our third pillar is wellness for her. I know that you are a former athlete, so I love to incorporate physical fitness in our programming, and I love to work out. So we'll host yoga experiences for survivors, sweat with Survive Her, whatever we can do to keep our hearts pumping. And so our mission, again, is executed year-round with purpose, with heart, and with impact.
I love that. These initiatives are amazing. And there's another initiative that I just want to rewind a little bit and talk about how we met. We met through Support Your Girlfriend. And that's another amazing initiative. But I know you and Support Your Girlfriends and Support Her, empower women together through community. What are some meaningful stories or moments that you remember that have really impacted you?
So I love Support Your Girlfriends, and shout out to founder Dr. Nakia McLean, our sister friend, our girlfriend. Nakia is one of our Survivor board members too, has been a staunch supporter, not only of me personally, but of the organization. And so we had this idea to link pink hands and host our first brunch during the Essence Festival, a breast cancer awareness brunch, during which we invited a breast oncologist surgeon to speak. Our special guest, the late my survivor angel sister, Ananda Lewis, was our special guest. Gertie Abrera from the Real Housewives of Miami was a special guest. And so we wanted to gather women during this huge convening, this largest convening of Black women in New Orleans, to pause to talk about their breast health. So those experiences, we've hosted two beautiful brunches, and we know really made a difference in the lives of women who attended. We have also just recently, when we traveled to Barbados for our Support Your Girlfriends retreat, collaboratively, we were able to educate young teen girls as part of the I Am Girl Foundation and teach them about breast health, because we want to start young girls early, learning about their breast, becoming familiar with their breast as they grow, how to take care of them, how to do self-breast checks. So that was a really amazing collaboration that we just executed in Barbados. So not only are we're in New York and Houston, New Orleans, but we're taking this work globally, because every part of the world, there are women in every part of the world who are impacted in some capacity. So the more we can partner, there's power in partnership. There's pink power in partnership. And so I'm really grateful for Support Your Girlfriends and being one of our amazing partners in this work.
Amen to that. You know, there's listeners that I'm sure want to get involved and they want to learn more. What exciting events and initiatives do you have coming up?
So we are hosting our 5th annual Survive Her Soiree, which is our fundraiser, and it's October 2nd here in Houston. Really excited about that. LaToya Luckett is our guest host. So we love to bring that celebrity to our experience. And what I really love about our fundraiser is that in real time, we are donating big checks in the form of mammograms to local clinics here in Houston, so we can provide that mammogram coverage for uninsured women. And we also are donating, giving Bexa breast exams to women in Harlem, which is coming up. So October 11th, Survive Her, Afro Pink, and the New York Black MBA's Metro New York chapter, we are hosting our 5th annual Pink Party on the Plaza. It is a health fair wellness concept. So with a DJ, we'll have activations, panels, and over 20 health and wellness organizations on the plaza of the Adam Clayton Powell Federal Building, two steps away from the Apollo Theater. So it's the intersection of what we know is to be a community that really needs the education and awareness, and meeting the needs of women in the center of Harlem. So I'm really looking forward to that event. And then we have in December our Survive Her Santa initiative. I love this initiative. We bless through nomination and applications. We bless financially impacted survivors with stipends, so that during the holiday season, they can buy gifts for their kids or take care of themselves. Whatever they want to do with the money, it's up to them. And so I love the holiday season, and in which we'll get to bless survivors. So our work is not only just in October or fundraising, we're giving back, we're supporting, we're helping, filling in the gaps to support women in every facet of their journey, wherever they are in their breast health journey.
That's beautiful, Lyndsay. I have a question for you because this hits near and dear to me. I have a friend who was diagnosed recently, and I've kind of been going through this journey with her. And to your point, just learning more about Okay, so what does this mean? Okay, so what's the next step? How does this, just really trying to understand, but not trying to overwhelm her because I'm sure she's going through a lot as well. So just really trying to like be as supportive as I can, but also just learning as I go through this with her. What would be your advice or encouragement that you have for someone that's going through this? And also, what would be your advice for those that are trying to support someone that's going through this?
I get that question a lot, Toya, because 1 in 8 women are diagnosed, but it seems like there's a woman being diagnosed every day. And the co-survivors, the caregivers, the love givers, the friends, the village members are like, we're learning too as that woman is going through it. You're learning alongside her. There's a couple of pieces of advice. Listen and show up. Because when you're going through breast cancer and you're going through chemo, radiation, you don't know what you need, but just being there in your presence, I think, too, is really a gift in itself. Go to a chemo treatment with her, show up and listen, and she'll tell you what she needs. Pray with her. Yeah. There's power in prayer. Mm-hmm. And believe it or not, you don't have to spend a lot of money, but doing small chores, maybe helping around the house, preparing meals, anything you could do to take the load off, take some stressors away is always very helpful. But practical things like, I'm just trying to think. I'll never forget my friend showed up with a bag of like seafood. They showed up with, I'm a pescatarian. So they would just show up with some seafood at my front door. Yeah. Flowers and cards, those small little tokens, even sending a text message of encouragement goes a long way. But just, you have no idea how much your presence is a present to a woman who's going through breast cancer. Simply sitting with her while she's in the chemo chair, going to her house, holding her hand, just sitting there. She may have to cry. Just your presence and checking in with her. Those small gestures make a big difference.
That's beautiful. And then what would you say, I would love to hear what you would say to someone that is going through this, that may need to hear from someone that truly understands.
Listen, hearing the words you have breast cancer is certainly traumatic, emotionally, mentally, physically. But I would recommend that you lean into your spirituality and your faith in God and immediately declare yourself as healed. And that's what I did. Protect your peace from any negative energy. Surround yourself with positive energy, people who will uplift you. I would also say keep moving. I stayed active as long as I could and had the energy. I went to Zumba, kickboxing. I didn't stay in the bed and I didn't sulk. But I just powered through knowing that there was a pink light on the other side, right? And that I would get through that pink finish line. Also know that it's only temporary. Yes, your hair will grow back. Now I'm wearing a wig now. My hair is really thick under here, child, but your hair will grow back. It's only temporary. It may seem like you're in treatment forever, but just know it's only temporary. And you're going to get on the other side. You're going to thrive and live your best or breast healthiest life.
Amen and amen. Looking ahead, Lyndsay, what would you say your vision is for Survive Her in the next few years?
I have a global vision of expansion, Atoya. And God continues to reveal those glimpses as I'm traveling and doing the work. But I do envision this organization growing globally. And whether it's, speaking on more panels or partnering with other organizations to serve women in different pockets of the world, I definitely see that this work of Survivor is expanding.
Amen to that. I think that you're going to do amazing things, and I look forward to seeing you back on the news side doing something that has to do with this. I just see it all coming together.
That's coming too. So. That's coming too. Stay tuned.
Okay. Not to mention your rap career, but we can talk about that later.
I got to work on my next rap. Oh my goodness. Okay, but I was going to say.
That was so good. I was so impressed and so proud of you.
Thank you. That was definitely not in my comfort zone, but I said, let me now. Hosting this year, I'm like, well, how do I top last year? I have to think of something totally like radical now to do this year.
Yeah, you'll kill it, whatever it is. I know it's going to be amazing, and I look forward to being surprised. So that was definitely, it was a pleasant surprise, and I was cheering loudly after that.
Thank you.
Keep up the amazing work. But before you go, Lyndsay, I wanted to. We always play this game at the end of the podcast called the 2-minute drill. Oh, and it really gives people the opportunity to get to know you more, just a little bit before we wrap. So. Let me start the timer in just a moment. Okay. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Timer starts now. What's your morning routine?
My morning routine, prayer, workout, strength training, or going for a run.
Love it. Okay. Storyteller or advocate?
Oh, okay. That's a hard one because the journalist in me is the storyteller, but I advocate for women, so I'm advocate. It's like
that's true. Yeah. Okay. Tell us, TV anchor. If you had to choose between the two, TV anchor or a producer?
Definitely TV anchor.
Because you've done both.
TV anchor.
Tell us, media spotlight or community impact?
Community impact. Community impact.
Amen to that. What's your favorite meal?
I'm eating it now. Salad with salmon.
That's your go-to meal.
Yes. Well, it's 3 S's. It's salad, salmon, and smoothie. So, and I have smoothie. That's my 3 S's. I live by. I swear by. Mm-hmm.
I love that. And all 3 of those are your meals for the day.
Yep. Exactly.
Done and done. Okay. Do you prefer text messages or phone calls?
This is so hard. Okay, if I'm dating, it's a phone call. This girlfriends and family will text.
Fair and fair. Okay, tell us, what is your favorite sports team?
The Houston Texans.
Okay. And what is your go-to? I know you said smoothie, so I'm assuming this is what it is. What is your go-to drink that you love? It doesn't have to be a smoothie. It could be a drink, like when you hang out with your girls. What's your favorite drink?
I love a glass of bubbly.
Okay. A little Prosecco. You and Nakia and your Prosecco.
Well, now I've elevated to a champs. Like I love a Veuve.
Ooh, a Veuve.
I love a Veuve.
Okay. What's your favorite color?
Now, you see what I'm wearing, Atoya.
Outside of pink.
Okay, purple, which was my favorite color when I was a baby. My mom said I said purple. So purple's like my very first favorite color. Then pink came along. And purple is also incorporated into our logo too. So see, like our Survivor logo has purple in it. I don't think I've ever
realized that.
So the her is purple.
Oh, it does. There you go. Your favorite 2 colors, pink and purple. You are a girly girl through and through. Okay, we only have 2 left. Amplifying underserved voices or inspiring survivors?
I'm going to go with inspiring survivors.
Love that. Okay, here's the last question. What would you say to little Lyndsay?
I would say to little Lyndsay, you are going to have a wild ride of a life, but you're going to conquer and thrive.
That's beautiful. And I know that there's people that want to know more, want to learn more, and want to support you, Lyndsay. If they want to get a hold of you, where do they find you?
So you can find me on Instagram. Let me start with Survive Her. So it's I'm a Survive Her. Our website is imasurviveher.org. And my personal page is... Unlock your iPhone, Siri was listening to me on my iPhone. My personal page is Lyndsay Joy, because that's my middle name, Lev, Lev on Instagram. But on all platforms, social media, send me a message, email me, DM me, and I would love to connect with you.
Well, Lyndsay, you are just that everything joy. Thank you so much for coming on the podcast. I'll make sure to add all of this in the show notes. And to anyone that's looking to help someone, to support an organization and you don't know who to during Breast Cancer Awareness Month, please, please, please reach out to Lyndsay. You will be pleasantly surprised at how amazing she is and all that she's done with just inspiring you with her own life, but then giving back to others. So, Lyndsay, thank you so much for your time. You were amazing. I appreciate you.
Thank you for this opportunity, Atoya. I had so much fun chatting with you. What a blessing.
Well, that wraps up another exciting episode of Inside Lines Podcast. I'm your host, Atoya Burleson. Thank you for joining me in celebrating powerful women in and around sports. Your support really helps us to amplify women's voices in sports. So please remember to subscribe and rate and leave a review wherever you listen to the podcast. And don't forget to follow us on social media at Inside Lines Podcast, or check out our website, www.insidelinespodcast.com. I'd love to hear your thoughts on today's conversation. Until next time, keep the conversations going, keep celebrating women, and here's to breaking barriers, building community, and being a voice in a world that needs you. Thanks for listening.